Okay, so the crew need to find Maul and Locke to find the thing, you get the idea. As always, I'm Al, this is the Geek in Review. I'm going to be talking about Star Trek Discovery Season 5, Episode 5, Mirror, something or whatever. Now, this is a little bit late because I'm loaded with the flu, so it might be why I sound a little bit different as well. So thanks for bearing with me and taking the time to choose to watch this video. I really appreciate it, and if you haven't done it already, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Oh, and by the way, this video will probably get another copyright strike from Paramount like the last 3 videos. So, any support, I suppose. So it's a book episode, or at least opening, because remember, he wants to save Maul for a reason, even though he must know Michael seen the future, and killing her would prevent that from happening. I mean, just think about that. It's the same as last year with Tarka and Book. If they just killed them, it would have stopped the entire season halfway through. Instead, they strang it out for 4 episodes, where they were just continuously playing cat and mouse with them. But anyway, they find a wormhole, sort of, and it leads to a pocket of interdimensional space. So we're going to the Mirrorverse, baby. Disco is going back to where it was in Season 1. Or are they coming through here? I guess we're going to have to find out. Michael and Book decide to investigate, and we get a good scene with Rayner objecting to Michael going, and every point he makes is valid but dismissed. Because again, I'm not sure, is Rayner a good character, as in not a good guy, but a well-written character? Sometimes it feels that way, and sometimes it doesn't, but maybe it's just the other characters around him. What do you guys think about Commander Rayner? Let me know in the comments below. Also, it's a bit late in the game for coming up with a well-developed sort of good antagonist but on the team kind of guy. They done it with Season 1 in Stamets, and then they kind of just mellowed them out. So I like when there's a bit of a rough edge to the crew, but yeah, it's a little bit late in Season 5. Anyway, they find the wreck of Maul and Locke's ship, as well as, drumroll, the ISS Enterprise. So will we get Pike with jet black hair? Will we get Ethan Spock's goatee? We'll definitely get the sets from Strange New Worlds, I'll tell you that for nothing. So we've got a ship from the past Mirrorverse in the future Trekverse, if you want to look at it that way, and make of that what you will. And they sort of explain that we're not going to see any familiar faces in this because this ship has been in this sort of region of space for hundreds of years. And the episode then kind of takes a swing to going away from a book episode to being a Michael and Book reconnecting episode. And they've still got to solve the mystery about why the ISS Enterprise is abandoned in the first place. They find out pretty quickly that the Mirror Saru helped lead a rebellion, and they escaped to their Mirrorverse in the Enterprise before it was stuck in the Rift, and the surviving members just abandoned the ship and escaped into the main Trekverse to kind of live out their lives, I suppose. So I guess that means there are Terrans or their descendants just running about out there now. And could that be the plot of a Star Trek Academy TV show that's coming up? Let me know what you think in the comments below. So they find the bad guys aboard the ship, and Maul wasn't a daddy's girl after all when Book tries to appeal to her sense of family. And the big twist of this episode, other than the ISS Enterprise, is that Locke's a Breen, so that's what they look like, I guess, and they kind of explain it later on in the episode, but anyway. We get a flashback to how the duo met, which is pretty badly written and fairly rushed, and it kind of contradicts a lot about what we knew or what we thought we knew about the Breen in Star Trek so far, mostly the stuff that had been set up in DS9. They ruin the alien aspect of these aliens by making them more human, and Deep Space Nine was smart enough not to ruin the reveal of the Breen by, well, not revealing the Breen at all. Even when Kira took a suit off her Breen, she never really talked about it, which I thought was interesting, but does make sense because once you start explaining things, you've got to stick to the rules, and, Discovery isn't great at that. And also, I like the fact that there was a mysterious species or two out there in the Trek universe, and they've just kind of explained them away now. But what did you guys think about this whole Breen sort of explanation and backstory with these two characters that we've seen since the start of the episode? Did you like it? Did you care? Let me know in the comments below. And from here, we don't really get any more in this episode, to be honest. The pairs are split up and forced to work together, and they're supposed to be looking for some god tech that can rewrite the universe, and this is just another week of filler. I mean, it wasn't even a side quest, it was just a filler that had a bit of a side quest in it this week. It's not a leap forward for the season, nor does it further the mirror storyverse that they've had before in the previous seasons as well. We could have at least got some flashbacks about what happened on the Enterprise, and we didn't really learn anything new other than the setup again that there may be Terrans out there somewhere. The rest of the episode is a ticking clock, with the four of them having to learn to work together to get off the ship, and the B story set on Discovery isn't much of a B story at all. They seem to be setting Culber on this quest to sort of self-discovery or self-reflection about everything that he's been over the last 5 years, but again, it's a little bit late in the game for that, and I wonder where they're going with this. Oh, and they finally give an excuse to write out Detmer and Owo by saying they're piloting the Enterprise back to Starbase, so I guess we're probably not going to see them again for the rest of the season, unless it's the finale. And yeah, as you can tell, this week's episode was a notable sort of letdown from last week. I wish I could say that I didn't know it was going to come, and I wish I could say I hope they were going to be able to keep up the sort of strong Trek vibes from last week, but this episode is exactly what I expected. These characters are literally looking for the tech that made them, and well, everyone. And all the way through these journeys and adventures, no one's debating what that means or asking the big questions about this technology, what happens if they find it, and the whole meaning of existence, that type of thing. The other stuff that bothered me is we've had Reese bang on non-stop about the Constitution class in the last 2 or 3 episodes, only for one of them to show up and him to have zero involvement in the plot as well. So I don't get why they spent 2 or 3 episodes constantly mentioning how much Reese loves this ship, only for him not to be featured in the episode that the ship's featured in. I mean, is it just me, or does that not make sense? So yeah, another filler episode this week, and it looks as if episode 6 is going to be exactly the same. We see that Tilly and Michael have got to beam down to a pre-warp planet to find the next clue, etc, yada whatever, and it looks as if there's going to be some big debate about breaking the Prime Directive. But Starfleet's been around for 1,000 years at this point, so they're going to have loads of frame of references and more rules, I would suspect, and governance of this, and I wonder if they're going to put that in, or just not even consider it and just make it a sort of Michael-centric episode. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think about episode 5 and episode 6 if you've seen it of Discovery. Let me know in the comments below, or you can reach out to me on Twitter at The Geeks Reviews. As always, if you've made it this far, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. And my name's Al, thanks for watching.